Sitting with me today for an exclusive interview with Black House is one half of the hip-hop duo that started the whole hip-hop rap scene in the early 90s for Atlanta hip-hop music, Wicked of Ghetto Mafia. How you doing today, Wicked?
Doing pretty good. How you doing?
I'm blessed. I'm so elated to have you on the couch with us today.
I'm glad to be here, Miss Norm.
Thank you. So what you got going on in 2020? We're going to talk about your past, present, and future, but I want to get right into what's going on.
Right now I'm just, just being a legend. I'm doing 25 years later, I still do solo live shows. Still getting money from my old stuff. And I got a new single out right now. It's called Never Change, featuring Fable and D4L.
Oh, yeah.
Big Liam. If you don't know who Big Liam is, Big Liam.
Shout out to Big Liam.
Yeah, he started back in the day. He actually got these ATL hats. You'll see a lot of Atlanta rappers, from Outkast, Migos, everybody, rocking this ATL, merchandise.
City property.
Yeah, he came to me and, with a track with Fable on the hook and the first verse, he was like, you got to do this record. So I did the record for him. I couldn't tell Big Liam no. I said I did great. I also got another record out with that Liam, instrumental Liam with, it's called, remember back in the day they had the song Self-Destruction from a lot of rappers from New York.
Oh yeah.
KRS One and a lot of rappers came together for stopping violence in the streets. But we redid it with the Atlanta rap. We got half Troy, Bone Crusher, Yin Gang Twins. The list goes on. Big Boy CeeLo in it. And it's called The South Got Something to Say. Under 3000. Yeah, so y'all go check that out right now on YouTube too. YouTube also, South Saying Something, featuring all the Atlanta legends.
Awesome. So tell me this, how does it feel 25 years later to still be relevant as a hip hop artist, that when that game in Atlanta, especially the hip hop scene in Atlanta, has changed and transitioned so much, you guys still solid, still true to yourself and to your craft? How does that feel?
I was doing an interview the other day, I think with a radio station out of Texas, and they were like, well, how I feel, kind of the question you asked me, how I feel, to be a legend, and you had a downtime, but then kind of bounce back and got strong. And I told him, I said, well, it never feel like I had no downtime. It never feel like I ever fell off or anything like that, because we were so big at the time, and I never stopped doing shows. Right. So anywhere I go, I'm still the man. Right. I don't care if it's with new artists or old school artists, or whatever. I can still go, and I can do Straight from the Deck anywhere in the country, and everybody else don't know that record. So that's what, to me, it never felt like it never felt like I feel. Yeah. I feel like I've always been the same. And that's kind of, a lot of artists do go through that. It'll make you complacent after you don't hit. And you don't have the success that we don't have. And then you'll kind of fall back, because you're still constantly doing shows. I still do shows with art. Actually, it's kind of skipping generations, because now the younger artists are listening to that record, and they're coming back
sampling, trying to get some
absolutely,
of it, because it's a classic. It's a classic.
Right. And when you have
a lot
classic,
of music is classic.
And when you have a classic, you never feel like you ever fall. I mean, A-Ball and JG don't feel like they don't need a new record.
Shout out to A-Ball and JG.
Pimp and Bun, they don't need a new record. They don't. They can always still do it. Different grain.
We can go on. That's all I listen to. You talking my language.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that is awesome, and it, like he said, touching on royalties and distribution and publishing. Mm-hmm. Was that something that you were familiar with when you started off as an artist in the early 90s? Or did you fall and have to learn the business afterwards?
No, not really. I didn't, because I was doing music back then for the hood, for Decatur, for, for the people around me that was living like I was living. And it was at one point in my life that I felt like, I had never been off of Glenwood and Keller Road. I didn't know how people were living out of South Cobb, or how people were living in Buckhead.
Whole different world.
Absolutely. I thought everybody was living like how we were living, at Columbia High School, Southwest DeKalb, Rita and Thumb. I thought everybody was living how we were living. So that was the only thing kind of on my mind.